rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in a way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make a kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Bad guys doing real shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just the rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make a kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Real shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Bad guys doing real shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the
Viewer discretion time.
Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, heel faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes, and it's Tuesday. I was waiting for you. It's Tuesday.
Look at the definition!
And with us, as always, is Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast. We got the biggest news stories of the week coming at you. Mostly WWE releases. Let's keep it real. And we'll get into it right after this.
Real talk.
Cool. We're slowing down. Always ready to turn it around. Shit podcast. Where the bad boys play. Never following the norm. Always causes pain.
What up? What up? How you guys doing?
Still a fucking lobster, my guy.
Lobster. Yeah, genius over here. Took his ginger ass to the beach on Saturday.
Oh.
Sad bastard.
Ugh.
Lobster
Believe it or
man.
not, I know what that's like.
Huh?
Believe it or not, I know what that's like.
No way.
Yeah,
Brown
dude,
people don't burn.
Look at his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Because of my vitiligo,
Yeah.
dude, I have to fucking wear all kinds of fucking sunscreen or else I'm fucked.
Now imagine that from the top of your head down to the top of your feet and everywhere
What
in
the
between.
hell were you thinking?
I was thinking,
Dude, he wore a hoodie the whole time and still got burnt through it.
yeah,
He's translucent.
I am Ginger Rican.
You are translucent.
Yeah, you
I'm
should
no.
not.
I'm white with two H's in front of that W.
What? Man, so how you doing, Edgar? Anything exciting?
Yeah, dude, I feel like I'm living like in some fucking crazy like a different world. I mean, fucking the new GTA 6 trailer just dropped, which we were kind of talking about. I thought it was fake, but I guess it's real. That's finally happening. And then we find out Alberto Del Rio, of all people, might be coming back to the WWE. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know.
My eyes
Yeah.
can't roll any further in the back of my head.
What? Let's start with that then. What are you hearing on that?
All right. Well, since WWE announced that that they bought out AAA over WrestleMania weekend, that came along with WWE absorbing a lot of AAA contracts. So with the purchase of AAA, WWE basically had to renew a lot of the AAA contracts. It's not like an official WWE contract, but they're like making new contracts for some of these people. One of them was Alberto Del Rio. So Alberto Del Rio technically is still a triple.
Bye, Edgar.
Damn, that was a
Yeah.
powerful cough. Knocked him straight off the air.
That's
I
all,
don't know why
folks.
it does that. I don't know why.
I don't know, man.
You feel my frustrations when I was doing stuff in office.
I don't know. I've talked to AT&T and they said the upload and download is where it should be. I don't fucking know.
It's Streamlabs. I mean, I didn't mean to throw your guys' shit out there, but it's this fucking program. I got a lot of issues with that too, but
Okay.
um,
Well,
Fucking told you.
yeah. So Alberto Del Rio is still a AAA talent, but under a new contract under the WWE umbrella. It seems like
okay.
doesn't mean Alberto is fully part of the WWE, but there is a possibility that he can show up at least on NXT, maybe if they decide to use him on WWE in the main roster. That's a possibility, but it's not going to be like a weekly thing where they're going to be constantly using Alberto Del Rio. So for the people that are saying, "Oh, he's going to be back in WWE," not really.
Okay.
So that's
That was
basically
one of
what's
the
going on.
questions. Yeah, that was one of the questions that I had, whether it was going to, because what it sounded like in the first stories that I saw was they released him from a AAA deal and signed him to a WWE deal.
Yep.
That's what it sounded like, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with Hunter right now, man? He's out of his goddamn mind."
No, that's definitely not the case. Yeah, the reports, they pretty much, like, usually one news site reports on something and everyone else runs with it. I did see all those reports. Alberto del Rio signed to W. No, that's not the case at all. Um, if it was, then I mean, it would have been just horrible timing.
Oh shit. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Alberto's not exactly the most popular motherfucker.
He's not only in wrestling but in the world. Like,
So
I mean, let's give a little brief history of Alberto del Rio or El Patron or however the fuck you want to call it. Piece of shit. Alberto piece of shit. That's his name on here.
I got his whole rap sheet right here. If we
Pull that
if you
motherfucker
wanna-
up.
Let's hear it.
I want names.
2014, Del Rio started an incident backstage when a social media staffer reportedly made a racist joke. WWE fired Del Rio for unprofessional conduct.
Mm-hmm.
And then that same year, he had issues with his then girlfriend Paige,
Mm-hmm.
where there was multiple public arguments, police investigations, and leaked recordings. Then in 2020, Alberto del Rio was arrested and charged with aggravated kidnapping and sexual assault in Texas. There were serious allegations. The accuser claimed Del Rio tied her up, assaulted her, and made violent threats. All charges were dropped in 2021 when the accuser recanted and didn't cooperate with prosecution. No conviction, but the arrest and initial accusation is still shapes how fans and companies view him. And this year, he had another incident when he got into an altercation with some fans in Tijuana. He literally was fighting fans during a wrestling event, and he was suspended for 6 months by AAA.
Mm-hmm.
little known fact: right after that incident in Tijuana, he went and got fucked by a donkey at a donkey show.
Oh my god!
I
So
fucking hate that man. Like he's a garbage human being,
100%.
and
He's the Mexican Hulk Hogan.
yeah, he just, and for Triple H to buy that, have the option not to sign him again, and then sign him again, like, he's making bad moves right now, in my opinion. Like, some of these cuts, some of these, the Del Rio edition, like, it's not good as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you're going to have your chance to plead your case tonight with each of the releases.
All right.
Wow. Yeah. My tongue quit working.
What do you think, Edgar? You think this is a good move?
no, hell no, dude. I mean, this guy is clearly a fucking ticking time bomb. Like, whenever shit hits the fan, like, this dude clearly doesn't know how to control himself.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I think it'd be a terrible mistake. I've seen reports from people within the WWE that have said, no way in hell they will ever bring Alberto del Rio into the WWE. But I mean, they have that option. I don't think they'll actually do it. I don't think they, because in that case, like, what, let's bring back like all these other people that got fired. Like, who was it? Odyssey Jones? No. Yeah, Odyssey
Yeah.
Jones. He got,
Now,
let's
to
bring
be
him
fair,
back
to be
too.
fair, I was very vocal on that. I said they pulled the trigger on that way too soon.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah. They just pulled him back up to the main roster. They just got him in a good fucking storyline with New Day. God knows where that was going to go, even though I was at times like, fuck New Day at that point. But they fired him way too soon.
They did.
I mean, take him off TV, yeah. Suspend him if you need to, yeah. But
Wait till some information comes out.
right, I mean, you've done less with more evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Smoker.
I can see Alberto show up at that PLE. I don't even know if it's a PLE that they're gonna do in LA. In
It's-
I think it's just going to be isn't it a stand and deliver?
No, they're doing like
Oh, Worlds Collide.
Yeah, Worlds Collide.
Worlds
It's just gonna
Collide.
be on Peacock. They're not really putting it out as a Peacock.
yeah, I can see him show up to something like that, but
Which he probably will, and then he's gonna get fucking booed out of the building, just like Hogan did on Raw Netflix.
But that's still a horrible look for him to be in a ring that's going to be shown to the entire world live, wrestling in a ring with a WWE logo on it. Even if it's the NXT logo, it's still the WWE logo. It just doesn't sit well with me.
And it's gonna be in LA with some of the smartest fans we have. Yeah, everybody's gonna know exactly what Alberto did, and they're gonna let their voices be heard.
Yep.
well, I haven't really been watching AAA, but he's their main champion. He's been their top guy over there for like the past year.
Should be
So-
Vikingo.
I agree with that.
They could easily get rid of Alberto Del Rio. You got Vikingo is one of the most exciting wrestlers in the world right now.
But Vikingo doesn't have the Alberto Del Rio name that the former WWE champion, that's been in the major. He doesn't have that star power like Del Rio.
Well, it's only because he happened to be in the WWE. I mean,
That goes a long way in Mexico.
oh, I know it does. I know it does.
I know
But
Jeff Jarrett's still
so
fucking
should-
throwing tortillas at
so should kidnapping and rape allegations should go a long way in Mexico also, but it doesn't.
that's more for
Yeah, that's a different world out there. If the fans are aware of it, yeah, I don't know if they care too much about that like they do here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wonder-
I see it as a bad move.
In the land of the cartels, I guess it's not so bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
Foreplay.
I wonder if this was part of like a requirement, like, hey, if you guys want to purchase or want to work with us, AAA, then you guys have to sign Del Rio also, because there's some specific names here that got these special contracts or renewed contracts, like Alberto, Hijo
El
del
Patron.
Wagner, yeah, Hijo de Vikingo, La Parca,
The Parker.
La Piedra. I don't know these people. Lady Flammer, Lady Maravilla,
Lady Maravilla, I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, and Nino Hamburguesa, which to me that sounds like a fucking joke gimmick. I'm not familiar with him.
Does it translate? What does it translate
Boy hamburger.
to?
To be 100% fair, didn't Ring of Honor have a guy named Cheeseburger as their ROH Pure Champion for like 6 months?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't.
Yes.
All right.
But
well,
when I hear Nino Hamburguesa, I think of a short fucking tubby looking dude. I don't know if that's the case though.
Hey, we know an El Nino too. He's
oh,
short chubby.
Jesus, fuck. Oh man. All right. Well, let's throw it to a commercial real quick, and we'll get into the releases when we get back.
Yep.
What up, Heel Faction? In today's day and age, internet security is of paramount importance. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Surfshark VPN.
That's right, my guys. Surfshark VPN, the newest affiliate of the Heel Shit podcast. What does that cover? I'm glad you asked. Let me just on these eyeballs because I'm old. They cover 100 plus countries. Free of ads, pop-ups, any bad cookies. Good to me. Got real-time defense, got webcam protection, data breach notifications in case your stuff gets out there and you don't want that to be out there. And it keeps your personal data protected, which means if you're in one of those states that have been banned by the capital P word, pick your shit back up, my guy.
All right.
Yeah,
very
buddy.
Nice. So, if you use the link in the description, you can get Surfshark VPN for 86% off.
Say what?
86% off.
Holy shit.
And 3 additional months free, starting at just $2.19 per month.
You're shitting me.
No.
Holy shit. So, 86% off plus 3 free months.
Absolutely.
Mother.
3 options starting as low as $2.19. Just hit that link in the description box. Get surfing safe with Surfshark VPN. That's the show.
She misses her minute reminder.
She can have her minute, but someone come in here and yammer.
Yeah.
All right, we are back. Thank you, Surfshark. Also, I want to remind you about the YouTube memberships. $1.99 gets you pretty much everything. The members-only videos, the merch at cost, all your badges, all your tools, all that stuff. There is a $4.99 tier, but that includes like a Zoom call and more personalized communication, so that is there to check out. But pretty much everything else you get at the $1.99 tier, and we'd love to have you as a member. So, all right, Edgar, what you got next?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go over the list of the recent releases made by the WWE.
Unfortunately, these guys made the list.
I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
that's what we're here to determine if it was unfortunate or not.
All right, let's get to it.
Numero uno, number one, Braun Strowman, y'all.
Dude, the first thing I noticed about this list when I saw it, there's a lot of familiar faces getting cut.
This is a 2023 or 2024?
Yeah, we got
repost.
so Braun Strowman. I guess I heard later that they cut him because they felt he was paying them too much. I guarantee you, if they said, "Hey, buddy, let us pay you $100,000 grand less a year, or we're just going to cut you completely," I'm sure he would have taken less pay.
Let me see if I can pull up what his contract was.
I think it was right in the net realm of 800. Yeah.
Let's see.
I have a problem with a few people on this list, not necessarily only because I think they should have kept their job, but because
He was higher than 800.
because he was what?
He was making 7 figures.
Oh, really?
1 million.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, definitely was making too much money. But, but I mean, honestly, with how they were using him, he should be a 600, 700,000 guy at most.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean,
Yeah.
He only get used every week, like he's
Very rarely. But one thing I noticed about this list is they were all cut before H took over. H brought them all back just to cut them again. Like it's ridiculous. And some of these people are straight up Triple H women and men. Like it's crazy. But as far as Braun Strowman goes, I mean, I could take him or leave him. He'll probably
I can leave him.
he probably will try to figure out some other bullshit little indie promotion that he can create, and
He's gonna create his own narrative.
yes,
Yeah.
very good. But yeah, I mean, I like him I like him a lot of the times when I see him, but they don't use him enough to keep him relevant,
Yeah.
and I don't see him really going anywhere else. Like, I don't think he's AEW what they're going towards.
If anything, you'll probably see him on NWA
Yeah.
at best. What was narrative? I'm just saying.
So what do you think?
Dude, I've never really been a Braun Strowman fan. I've never seen the appeal other than just another big muscly guy Vince like.
Right.
He's had fucking 3 moves: a boot, a line, and a power slam.
Hey, don't forget the giant missile drop kick that this giant man.
Oh, please. Walter does a better fucking drop kick. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But anyway, he peaked being the muscle guy for the Wyatt family. After that, I never had interest. As much as they tried to push him, I just never cared. And when he got brought back, I was like, oh, maybe they'll have something for him. It was the same old song and dance, kind of like fucking Rusev.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see Rusev cut within the next year, I bet.
He'll go to TNA. Yeah, but Strowman, I can give a fuck less about, in all honesty. And I hate to be that guy because he did put over fucking Bronson Reed and he did put over Jacob Fatu basically on his way out. Made him look like fucking stars. I still don't care.
After that Fall into the Abyss promo, after it gets cut, AEW should pay him like $300,000 to lose every fucking week.
To Brody Lee Jr.
Yeah, it's -1 for the pen.
Yeah.
What do you think about this one, man?
I was not too upset about the releases, and I know what people are gonna say, like, oh, you know, these are people's jobs, like you're so heartless. No, like I look at it from like a business standpoint because
Mhm.
now, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I've heard multiple bookers say this when it comes to like the WWE, it seems like from what I've heard, they book backwards from WrestleMania for like an entire year. So they have like stories planned out already for the road to WrestleMania 42, the next WrestleMania, right?
Not necessarily to WrestleMania. They probably have their main event already in place and a backup to it. But for the most part, WrestleMania gets written from like September to January. So when
I would
Royal
say
Rumble
they,
happens, WrestleMania is completely done and booked up.
I'd say they probably keep 6 months ahead, and then
So
they're flexible enough when someone gets hurt to rewrite some shit in there.
all right, 6 months ahead. If these people are not in the plans for 6 months ahead and they just feel like, you know what, we're just not gonna need them this year. There's no point in keeping them. Like, let's just be real. But
Well, when I
just get
say
rid of
six
them.
months ahead, I think I'm talking about more like main storylines. Like
Mm,
I don't think they write, you know, mid Carter stories that far out. It would
mhm.
probably just be the major top line storylines for
Unless it
both
has something to
brands.
do with the titles, period. I don't see them going anywhere more than 6, 7 weeks out.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, regardless, these people were just not in the plans. And I mean that just happens even in real sports. It happens
Mm-hmm.
all the time. You can be the best player on the team, but if the coach doesn't like you for whatever reason, you're gone. It's
Agreed.
that simple.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
it is, but you know, I'm always pro worker. I think there's a
mm,
few on this list that are questionable, and we'll get to those. But
Mm-hmm.
like, especially just flat out cutting people who are injured, stuff like that, I can't get behind that.
Again, that goes back to being part of the business. If you're not making this company money, why should we keep continue to pay you?
Hey,
I mean, that's how I see it. But correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen so much more backlash from this round of cuts, which 90% of them were mediocre at best, compared to the ones we had at the beginning of the fucking year.
I don't know.
And those felt more relevant as far as stars
Yeah,
than what we have now.
I think you're right, but I don't know why because this happens at least once a year,
Yeah.
every single year.
About this time.
And this is one of the lightest talent groupings that it's been. I mean, we didn't get this much of an earful when they cut Bray and that huge group of people. It
Yeah.
was almost like swept under the rug.
Yeah.
yeah, because they brought him back like shortly after.
He was gone for like 2 years.
Yeah. Didn't seem like it, but yeah.
Yeah, he was gone.
Okay,
He was gone
you
for 2 years.
so you have like photographic memory
When
or
it comes to
something?
dates, he does. Yes, it's annoying as fuck sometimes, but it's impressive as
Look,
well.
I'll give it to you.
I could have sworn it
Bray's
was like
last
6
appearance
months.
was at WrestleMania when he worked Randy
Hmm?
as the Fiend when he came back from being the Burnt Fiend into that really version of it. Got fucking TV, got fucking released like 6 weeks later after that. Came back in 2023. It's 2 years. October 23 is when he came back.
Well, goddamn. All right. Well, when it comes to any of these people, if they realize, holy shit, we need to get one of these back, they can just bring them back whenever.
Correct.
I know,
But
but the more and more this gets publicized, the dumber they look is the issue. Like I don't know.
but I did want to add something really quick about Braun Strowman.
Hmm?
Is it just me or like whenever I saw him on TV, he kind of looked like I kind of got the feeling like when Andre was struggling, when he was in pain and he was like moving slow. I was getting the same feeling whenever I saw Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
Because he's legitimately fucked up. He had his left leg, I believe, is 15% paralyzed.
Yeah. And he was given an interview one time, and they basically made him keep doing that choo-choo train thing, even though he couldn't feel his fucking leg for a while. Yeah, he's fucked up.
And that's not including all the teeth being knocked out during a match, tearing a groin, broke his neck. I mean, he's
No wonder he
fucked
looked like
himself
shit.
Because he's gigantic. And just like with Show, who stayed miraculously healthy through his career, people that big break down. Like it's you're not supposed to. Your body is not supposed to be 6'7", 400 pounds. Like joints aren't made like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, he did the right thing to get jacked, for his muscles to help out all his joints like that, and he was a legit strongman out there.
And I mean, if you want a good case in point, I want you to go back to 2005 and look at Undertaker's physique. They built him at 305. He was a legit 330. When he came back from an injury, he was down to like 280. His body couldn't sustain it no more. He couldn't legitimately hold all that fucking weight anymore. He had to lean up.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, even being 6'1" in the way I am, my joints ain't going to hold up for too much longer. I'm going to have to find some way to lose about 20, 30 pounds, or I'm going to have a lot of fucking issues.
Yeah.
It's all about evolving.
That's true.
I guess the only thing, the thing that frustrates me the most about all this is there's people like Omos who is still in the company, never gets used, and these people are getting released.
We got a bigger push over in Japan and was forced to fucking relinquish the title to come back to the WWE.
Yeah, no, I know there are so many people who wouldn't even last on the indies that have contracts that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it. All right, who's up next?
Oh, you guys are gonna get a nice pop out of this one. Shayna Baszler.
Wasn't she an H girl? There's a couple on here.
She was one of the other quote unquote four horsemen, the Ronda Rousey here.
Yeah, the actual fighter, four horsemen.
But if I remember correctly, she wasn't cut. They were just not renewing her contract. I did read that somewhere.
Is that accurate? I'm not sure, but
a lot of these people, yeah, they just didn't renew their contracts.
Well, I mean, it's still technically a release, but yeah, no, I mean, she was a very unique talent. I mean, they've had other girls like Daria. What's her name?
Who?
Daria. That's her real name. But what's?
Oh fuck.
Who's the long blonde hair girl? The long black haired one that was with
Sonya?
Yeah, Sonya Deville. Yeah, they've had some legit fighters in there, but there's something different about Shayna. She's not just huh?
She fights like a man.
She fights like a man for sure, but not just that. She fights like I don't think she would just break your leg. Like I think she would try to take part of it home with her
after beating you.
That's what Shayna Baszler is. She's like a pit bull. And no, she wasn't. She definitely wasn't a Vince-looking girl, without question. She was not. But she could go, and she was. And if they wanted it to be more legit, she would have been the women's champion a few times by now.
Yeah.
Because there's literally no one else on the roster that is believable to beat her in a fight.
Right, that's why they went the whole route with her and Ronda Rousey years back.
That's my pick. That's my piece.
Here's my take on it. And this is just me. Take it for what it is. How do you market that in this era?
I don't know. And that is a problem.
And I think that is the problem. She's a great worker. She's good on the mic. How do you market someone with that particular set of skills? Other than fucking doing a fucking comic gimmick like fucking Cesaro when he came out as 007 for a year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question.
I mean, they're doing it with Aleister Black.
Well, he has an aura that she doesn't have.
Yeah.
She's good at all aspects, but she doesn't have, like, she should be signed. She should be a legit champion, but she doesn't have like the presence that people like Malachi and Taker did.
Yep. But yeah, my whole thing is, how do you market that? And I think we're going to see that a lot on this list tonight, because she's pretty much the total package. Like I said, her in-ring fucking good. Her mic skills are okay. Good enough to pass. She's reliable.
Yep.
She can work whether a face or heel. She can work whether it's a serious or a goofy ass gimmick. Like, she has pretty much everything. I think it just boiled down to, we can't market this to the kids at this point.
Yeah, they can't do video packages with her doing moonsaults and, you know, jumping over the top rope, or, you know, Liv flowing her hair back. Like, there are some things that she can't be marketed like.
Yep.
But, like, this is not to say she looks like this gentleman, but how did they market Arn Anderson?
It's also a different era, though.
I know, like, but maybe the old school thing would work for her.
I don't really think they marketed Arn per se more than they just pushed the Horsemen or pushed the Brainbusters. They never pushed Arn per se.
I guess so, yeah.
So maybe if you had her in a faction, a decent faction, shall we say, maybe that would work a little bit better.
I think they cut the wrong one of that faction.
Yeah, who you telling? Anyway, what do you think, Edgar?
I don't really have any thoughts about Shayna Baszler. I mean, she was good. She can go in the ring, but kind of like you guys said, just not a whole lot of charisma or aura about her.
She's got charisma, but
it's just a different. It's a tenacious charisma. It's not like walk into the room and everyone looks at you kind of charisma. But she's really good at everything else. And, like, dude, I've always been saying something for as soon as the Death Riders came around, I've been waiting for that girl to come along to deal with Marina Shafir.
Oh, Willow wasn't good enough for you?
She wasn't good enough, apparently. I mean, I love Willow, but she didn't handle that business. So, like, maybe her. Like, I was hoping that it would be Sonya to be that woman to come in and handle Marina. But it should have been when it was faction versus faction, like with when Cope was going after Moxley that time.
Rated FTR.
Yeah.
Before all that shit went down. I get you.
What do you think, Edgar?
What if Shayna go into AEW?
Well, not necessarily. Just, I guess you gave your thoughts on her. Okay. All right,
I'm not really too surprised.
All right. Well, let's throw it to another commercial, and we will be right back.
Vodka, Evolve, Castell. Indulge in the Red Revolution.
Bad guys do real shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big trains, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even face. Just the ripples with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool.
All right, we are back. Thank you, Castell, and YouTube memberships for those ads.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
Thank you, Dark Horse, for producing.
Yes, I take pride in my work.
Piece
Thank
of
you.
shit.
All right, who you got next?
This one, a lot of people were upset about this one. Was Dakota Kai
Yes.
Not for the same reasons, I don't think. My problem is she was definitely a Triple H person. Like, he had her in NXT.
She was getting a push.
Yeah.
She was in the middle of a push as of last Monday. What the fuck happened? Like, she was getting pushed for the fucking IC strap.
Not anymore.
And I swear to God, if you tell me if it was because Becky fucking came in, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, it's because Becky came out. Sure.
I'm about to be pissed.
But that's one of the things, like, she was one of the specific ones I was talking about. Like, she was there, she was cut, H brought her back, and he couldn't do anything with her. Like, it doesn't, I don't get it. I don't know what he's thinking.
But she was getting something. She was finally getting that push post-Mania. I mean, she was over, dude.
I know.
She's over with the fucking crowd. It kind of falls back to fucking Baron Corbin. He was getting over with the crowd, and they cut him. Well, didn't renew his contract, whatever. Still.
Yeah, I don't get this one.
Like,
Honestly.
what's next? Now that Karrion Kross is fucking getting over with the fucking crowd because of that documentary, which, by the way, go check that shit out on YouTube. Are they going to cut him too? I hope not. His character work's finally fucking shining and showing through, which, by the way, I think I sent it to you, but if you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you. You need to watch it. It's like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's worth your time.
Yeah, I started it. I just haven't finished it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she was, to me, the biggest shock on the list just because of her history with Hunter and her, without question, being a Triple H girl and him bringing her back after the old man cut her.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
She had the look. She had the personality. She had the in-ring skills. Not too much on the mic,
Right.
but that's something you can work on with time.
Yeah. And I thought she was a great addition to the Damage Control girls.
she
She didn't
was.
have to talk a lot.
I mean, she was one of the 3 original members.
Right.
So,
yeah, absolutely. She doesn't have to talk a lot when she's part of a faction,
Yeah.
but she can go and
great look. Great look.
Yeah. I was very surprised by this one.
What you think, Edgar?
I think this was probably the one I was mostly surprised out of all the names on this list, because she was getting over with me too.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point when Bailey broke away from the Damage Control, it was Dakota Kai with Io Sky and Kairi Sane, I
Asuka.
believe.
And Kyrie.
Oscar and Kyrie, yeah.
Okay,
None of
So-
them could speak English very well.
exactly. So she was cutting all the promos, and I thought she was getting really good at doing that, at being just kind of like the manager. But then she got injured. Dakota Kai got injured. She went away for a bit. She came back. They put her in the Intercontinental Tournament, and she was one of my favorites other than Lyra to win it.
Yep.
I said if Lyra doesn't win it, it's got to be Dakota Kai. And I think I was actually cheering more for Dakota Kai. But I want to say part of the reason for this decision was I think she was just injury prone. I think that could be a big factor. I also saw some
Yeah.
reports that a lot of or I don't know if this is true. This could just be bullshit, but a lot of these people, according to that report, and I forgot who it was, that were saying that they got released because a lot of them were just lazy. So we don't know what's going on backstage. I mean, we see, especially in NXT, a lot of these wrestlers love to date each other. Like one week I'll hear so and so is dating fucking who was it? Cora Jade's ex, and then they're dating the next person, and there's
Yeah.
always like, so who fucking knows? But Dakota
Same
Kai,
party.
yeah, I was really surprised about that one.
Well, since you mentioned her name, we might as well do Cora Jade next.
Yeah, Cora Jade is also part of the names that got released this time around.
Again, another surprise.
Yeah. Because I think she would have been gone long time ago if it wasn't for H. I mean, she is tiny. She's not, she's definitely not a Vince kind of girl. And what was her background? I don't think she had an athletic background. So she
I
learned
think
from
she
the
was-
ground
I
up.
think she was just an indie worker for like a year or two, and she got signed.
Yeah. Got a
Sounds
great
about right.
look. Huh?
Yes, that was a good one. Yeah.
She got a great look. She's
Personality, fucking amazing, especially when she turned heel.
yeah. Yeah. So I was really shocked about this. But an add-on to the story, she's already created a OnlyFans, guys, so have fun with that.
You would know.
I saw the news story. I have not paid for an OnlyFans in my life. I get the
No, but I
leaks.
bet you'll pay $100 to text Mercedes though.
Fuck no, I won't.
Sick.
The fuck is she gonna tell me? Tell me how awesome she is all goddamn day. Like, bitch, she told me this yesterday. Shut the fuck up. All she does is she just keeps texting me her slogan, like
What, 3 letters?
CEO.
That's cool. Jay Uso sends me 1 word, 4 letters.
Here's a selfie of me and my 4 belts.
Oh jeez.
It's like that time Dark Horse took the picture with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Shots.
Dude, I would break in for a story here. I was at dinner with my wife and another couple,
Wasn't me.
and
Bitch.
we were at Maggiano's. You familiar with the Italian place Maggiano's?
Oh, they're so good.
If not, it's a black shirt, white apron waiter kind of Italian
It's
place.
fucking delicious.
Um, and my waiter was Sami Zayn's doppelganger. Like, he looked just like Sami Zayn. And I don't know. Do you still have the picture?
Yeah, I do. Hold on. I gotta
If
find
he
it.
has the picture, he'll send it to you, hopefully before the show's over, so you can give what you think. That motherfucker looks just like Sami Zayn.
Sure fucking does.
I pulled. He wasn't a wrestling fan. I pulled up a picture of Sami Zayn and showed him. He was like, "Holy shit!"
Not only that, I was able to get him to convince the guy to fucking do the Triple H poke or the point picture. Yeah, so good. I'll find it.
That's
So anyway, but yeah, Cora Jade, I was really shocked by that. I thought she had been out injured for a little while, but
There
I
it is.
thought her and Roxanne were doing good things together. You know, being the little mean girl group in NXT. So I don't know. I'd be sad to see her go. I don't know where she'll fit in.
Impact.
Impact.
Apparently OnlyFans.
Okay. Jordan Grace said it on fans. So
Mm-hmm.
all
Here,
right.
check out that picture, Edgar.
I just
All
put
right,
it to the
let's
group chat.
Oh my god.
Does it just
Right?
not scream Usi?
Oh my god.
That
It
motherfucker
does.
is that's Sami Zayn. I don't give a shit. He was waiting tables that night.
Oh my god, that's
You
hilarious.
shouldn't gotta do the dance. Do the dance.
Yeah.
Dancing in his head. Yeah, that's me dancing in his head.
That's hilarious.
That dude, and he was awesome. He was like, I was like, dude, you know who Sami
And
Zayn is?
he
And
was
he's
cool about it, huh?
yeah, he was. He was really cool. And I was like, do you know who Sami Zayn is? It's like, no. Has anyone ever told you look like him? It's like, no. It's like, all right, next time you come around,
I'll have a picture
come
for
back
you.
here.
Yeah.
And it was that picture of Sammy with the beard and his like, he looks like a dog when he smiles now with that beard. and he was like, oh my god, just like him.
Listen, I don't want to
Yeah.
be weird, but my friend wants me to take a picture with you.
The same thing happened to me at WrestleMania weekend with the guy that looked just like Sheamus. Obviously, he wasn't as like
As
buff
Brody.
like Sheamus. He was like a little slimmer, but I mean, he was also a wrestling fan, so I think he kind of did
Did
it
his
to
hair
himself.
right that and everything.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't want to go up to him and be like, "Hey, you look like Sheamus. Let me get a picture."
What you should have done was just scream across the hall, "Fella!"
I should have done that.
Yes, you should have.
All
You don't
right.
know how some people would react, like
Yeah.
I don't know, might get offended or something.
I don't do
All
shit.
right, let's throw it to our last commercial break, and we'll come back and finish off the list.
Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy.
All right, we are back. Get your smacking sunflower seeds. Link in the description.
All right, what's next?
So the other names here that are fairly familiar are Gigi Dolan and the tag team of Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
Okay.
Honestly, I was surprised by all of them. Gigi, not so much because I guess she's been injured a couple times and been gone. But like when she was first came out and she was like the it girl in NXT, I thought she was going to be there forever. Like, but Chance and Carter, they were just the tag champions last year.
The only legitimate female tag teams.
Yeah, they were a cohesive tag team. And I thought their offense was pretty exciting. So I don't know what happened.
You watch more than I did. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I was shocked by it.
What you, Edgar?
Well, Caden and Katana, the last time I saw them, they were in the Friday Night Smackdown before WrestleMania in a dark match before the show started.
Lex.
And the women's tag team division in the main roster is just, it's not good. I mean, right now, Liv and Raquel are the champions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who's even in that division? Like, I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head.
Anybody wants to go, hey, you want to be my tag team partner?
They keep breaking up the tag teams. Like,
I've been telling you, they just need to get rid of the tag belts.
they do. Why even fucking do it? Just use the multi-man matches as like filler between pay-per-views and to cross feuds up, but there's no need to have a champion.
And also remember, they fucking merged, unified the NXT and the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. When's the last time you saw those titles defended on NXT? I'm just saying.
It's true.
At least when they were in NXT, they were halfway viable.
Yeah. They were worth fighting for. Like,
Let's not get hasty.
well, it was more.
Thank you.
They, if they ever come to you and be like, hey, I know you're a singles wrestler, but you want to hook up with this other singles wrestler and go on a tag team run? I'd be like, fuck no.
I'm glad I got to you before you got to that mindset.
No. We talked about it. It wasn't forced upon us.
Kind of was. Like, there's a spot on the card.
Oh, shit.
I mean, there's special cases, like obviously like when the New Day that they made something out of it, but yeah, no, there's just no women's tag team.
Said New Day.
Fuck you.
What you need to do?
I need to throw my goddamn computer through the window.
We just got this one like a year ago.
Computer's fine. Obviously,
It's the program.
It's Edgar.
I gotta get them on the horn and see what the fuck their problem
Yeah,
is.
but you know what you need to do in the meantime? Every time he does that, you just need to pull up the Joe Hendry until he comes back.
Keep that on
So
there.
yeah, no, no women's tag team division, and if you split them up individually, I don't think either of them could probably hold it as a singles competitor. Unfortunately, when it comes to those two.
No, they're too small. But as a team, it made sense, and it was every time I saw them, they were fun to watch. I don't were they, Arn and Tully? Of course not, but but they
You're on an
they
Arn
were
kick tonight.
dude. Arn is one of my spirit animals. Man.
Old Glock Anderson.
Old Glock Anderson. But yeah, I was surprised. I enjoyed watching them. I knew about Katana Chance before that because I was a American Ninja Warrior fan.
And Ricochet's ex.
Oh, he was Ricochet's ex? Damn. I guess if you're in WWE, your only dating pool is other WWE people.
Matthews.
Buddy Matthews, the god. The god, Buddy Matthews. Alexa Bliss and then Rhea Ripley. Yeah, he's a god.
Yeah, he's on god tier.
Anyway. So what do you think of these ones?
I'm not really too surprised on any of them. Again, it goes back to, are you making money for this company?
Yep.
And they're not really making money for the company. Yeah, Gigi had a different look. Cool. It was all right when she was part of Fatal Attraction or whatever it was down at NXT. Cool. Once they broke that up, she got stagnant real quick. There was no character development.
True.
As far as Chance Carter, I got nothing for it. Because anytime women's tag team wrestling, and disrespect, but when women's tag team wrestling came on my TV, I turned the channel. It just does not entice me.
Yeah.
Gigi Dolan, for some reason, I feel like she would fit really well in AEW.
I think she would too.
Yeah, her and Darby just got to go over some shit.
Well, that's Cora.
Oh.
Him and Gigi had some shit too?
Priscilla Kelly and Darby Allin were married.
Oh, shit.
Gigi Dolan is Priscilla Kelly.
Oh, fuck. I had no idea.
Yeah, they went through a kind of a bad divorce. I mean, he's off climbing mountains at this point. He's hardly ever there.
Well, yeah.
Or getting hit by buses.
I really hope he's doing fine climbing that mountain. Hate to hear that Darby Allin dies 10 feet from the summit of Mount Everest.
He's breaking records.
He was 15 more pounds.
He's breaking records.
Darby Allin is breaking records in Mount Everest. I think he was like the first guy to like do a kick flip on Mount Everest or something like that.
Of course he was.
He's just like, give me an inner tube. Down fucking Mount Everest.
Now he took a skateboard with him.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he?
The essentials.
Darby Allin is the Bam Margera of this generation.
That's probably.
Am I wrong, gentlemen?
No, you are not wrong at all.
No, dude. Not at all.
All right, so Smackdown.
Oh shit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and knock that out.
Well, before we do that, I had another another list here that I want to run by you guys really quick. If that's okay with you guys. So since we were talking about releases, how some of these names were shocking to you, I wanted to see if we could come up with some names that you guys think might not survive the next wave of releases based on the names that we've seen get released this time around.
Logan Paul.
Let's be for real.
Logan fucking Paul.
That's a good question. It's a good question. Let's see. Should be. I mean, even though she's getting the push, I wouldn't miss Naomi. I think this proceed with caution gimmick is horrible, fucking horrendous, and the way that she says it when she's trying to intimidate somebody, it's
laughable.
horrible.
It's laughable.
Laughable.
Tongaloa.
Tongaloa. Get the fuck out of here, Tongaloa, with your punching your own partner on the head during a crotch shot.
To be fair, he gave us the greatest tag team finish we've
He
ever
did.
thought of.
He did. Absolutely.
Yeah, you see Tongaloa was like, yeah. It's no.
I don't know. Give me some names. El Grande Americano.
I swear.
Hell no. He just made history last night.
What happened?
Technically, it's gonna air on Wednesday, but he's finally won gold for our people in the WWE. He's the
Speed
new
champion.
speed champion.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
Gotta start somewhere.
24/7 title at this point. At least that was halfway hilarious.
What names are you thinking of, Edgar?
Akira Tozawa.
So I have a list here from the Sportster that they believe Zoe Starks might be next.
Okay, I
Can
can
do
see
this.
that.
I can see that.
Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro from the LWO.
Yeah, I never see them, and I never remember them afterwards. So yeah.
No.
This one, I'm kind of mad about this one. Austin Theory.
Oh no.
Now, if you said Grayson Waller, I completely agree with you. Austin Theory, I still say is the fourth man in that group.
You can see the A-Town Down Under group crumbling. I mean, they'll be facing each other within 2 weeks, probably.
Yeah, it looks like they're finally going to do something with that after teasing it for months, what feels like forever.
I was about to say it's almost been a year.
Hmm.
The problem is they're making Theory look like the face, and he can't be the
Wouldn't it
face.
be fucking great if they did make him face and then switched his ass heel at the end? I know.
I think the people would get behind Austin Theory. I think Austin Theory can be a good baby face.
He can. He's done it when he was working with Evolve.
Right.
Charlotte Flair.
And then they also had on this list Carlito and Kiana James.
Okay, Carlito. He's basically on a Legends contract at this point.
Yeah, but
Like, he
we don't know
doesn't
how
work.
expensive his Legends contract is.
Like, he doesn't work.
he never
He may
works.
take a bump. I mean, we're still waiting on the funeral. But other than that, I mean, he doesn't really do anything but sit backstage and play 2K.
Right.
Gamer's dream. That's cool.
I mean, his contract is probably the base minimum for
find
the
out.
entity for
Find
the main roster, but still, yeah, it was fun. Hmm.
900.
900,000 for Carlito, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Just for
yeah,
backstage
he's definitely got
segments?
to go. He's definitely got to go.
He was under $1 million, so it was like, ew, Braun.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
he's
a lot
got
of
he's
money.
got to go. I mean, it was fun nostalgia while the nostalgia lasted. Like his coming back at Backlash at Puerto Rico was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's been nothing but him acting like a goon.
That's all Judgment Day is a bunch of
900,000 for some backstage segments. Shit. That's...
shit. Fly me out tonight, son.
Right?
Put me in a fucking Prime costume for $900,000 a year.
For real. But yeah, those are some of the names that I wanted to just throw out there.
Say
Motherfucker.
his name and he appears.
Say. I gotta get somebody working on that problem, dude.
Well, I mean, you had Elwood, and then he went on fucking vacation.
Again?
Again.
Yeah. He lives fast and loose, you know?
I'm talking about his bowels.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. We still got another story, right? Or
Yes,
is there more people on that list?
No, that was it.
Okay, cool.
Smackdown is reporting that they're going to go back to 2 hours in next month, actually. If I'm not mistaken, let me double check.
Thank you.
Thank God.
Thank you.
Brandon Thurston from WrestleNomics noted that he was informed by SmackDown or by the WWE that SmackDown is planning to return to a 2-hour format beginning in June.
That is the
They
fucking
haven't-
sweet spot for pro wrestling shows.
2
They haven't
hours. is
specified
perfect.
which day, but it's gonna happen in June, y'all.
I saw something about it being like June 6th was an estimated date.
Yeah, something like that. I once again blame Eric Bischoff for one of the worst things to ever happen to wrestling, and that's 3-hour television shows. Like, fuck you. 3 hours is painful. Like, the Raw is semi-manageable at 2.5 right now.
Right.
But 2 is still the sweet spot. And it is a faster show. It's a more action-packed show.
And it's,
Yeah.
and it's like I was saying before we jumped on air. I understood 3-hour shows when they were like special attractions.
Yes.
Raw 25th anniversary, Raw 1000, SmackDown 20th anniversary. Like those shows where you're going to have the nostalgia trips, you're going to have special guests come back. That's where the extra hour makes sense. But
Yeah.
fucking 3 hours and you still only give us 4 to 5 matches? Come the fuck on.
Yep.
Like, I understand building stories for the pay-per-views. I get it. But correct me if I'm wrong. In 2003, we had 2-hour Raws. We had 6 to 7 match cards. And we still had all the backstage interviews and the fucking promos that we could ever want to get the fucking story to the pay-per-view.
The only thing adding that extra hour did was cut him off the fucking podcast. Sorry about that.
I mean, that's what if that's what happened. I'm glad they're fucking putting it back to 2 hours.
The only thing that adding the extra hour did was make that opening Raw promo fucking unbearable.
Yeah, from like 4 minutes to 20.
Yeah.
And it was
Goddamn.
always whoever the main heel faction was, or it was the fucking Gino. Go back and watch. Fucking 2013 to 2017, it was always the Authority. It was always a fucking McMahon, or it was always the heel of a fucking faction. You can just chime in at 8:30. They'll give you like a 2-minute rundown afterwards. If you don't go to another backstage segment. So 2 hours, SmackDown, I'm all for it. I could deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, fuck yeah. We don't know. No wrestling show needs to be 3 hours unless it's like a pay-per-view or a PLE or something. Then all right.
I'll tell you the best thing that's ever happened. When Hulu would show Raw and SmackDown the day after, and they would cut those down to 90-minute shows. They would cut all the bullshit out. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't know what happened with the other things.
I don't give a fuck. That's what YouTube's for. Or now TikTok. Hell, if I don't know something, I just go to your fucking podcast shit and check it out.
That's
Not
right.
wrestling.
If there's apps, anything to do, if somebody farted sideways, Snug's got a video up on it.
Fucking A right he does. Fucking A right he does.
The most prolific man in the game right here.
Dude, it's gonna be so nice to get that hour back, man. Friday night SmackDowns are fucking brutal for me, dude. It's like
Yeah,
all
but
fucking day.
I kind of envy you guys being able to be done with it by 8.
No shit.
Mhm.
I mean, I know that getting home to start a show at 5 is kind of a pain for a lot of you guys out on the West Coast, but getting done with it early sure sounds nice.
Yeah,
Could you imagine us getting done with WrestleMania by like 9 o'clock?
It's cool on the days that I get to work from home because I literally just turn the TV on, but fucking YouTube TV is hella expensive. Like I pay like fucking $90 a month for that shit just for SmackDown.
Ooh.
Wow. Why do you do that? Why don't you just get like Hulu and watch it the next day?
Still cheaper than cable.
I gotta get it in real time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he does.
I like getting it in real time.
Yeah, you and your reckless copyright use.
He's only on like the
That's right.
7th snug wrestling for TikTok right now.
That's right.
Wow.
I found the loophole though, the way around it.
Wow.
Well,
Make it work.
don't give all the secrets out on the air. Talk about that shit off the air, you two. Air our dirty laundry.
Not that
Not on, I don't do it on YouTube.
Yeah, but you gonna air our shit on YouTube. No. Don't put our secrets out there for everybody. Talk about this shit between yourselves. In the group chat so I can see.
All right, guys, we ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I still got a long work week ahead of me.
Take us out, Skitch.
Peace. I'm kidding. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to find us on all the socials at Hill Shit Podcast, Facebook, Trovo, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, AOL, Yahoo Mail, the TikTok and the Fippy Fappy, and that one Scandinavian one that we posted on one time, and now we get like spam. It's fucking weird. And fuck it, go on OnlyFans and find us at this point. Fuck.
Yeah.
We'll make one. $1.99. We'll show you our big toe. Fuck it. All right. I'll show my big toe for $2.99. $1.99. Oh, and let's see. Don't forget to follow our big man up her. Oh, Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast. Edgar, plug your shit.
Hit me up at Snug Wrestling, y'all. I put out episodes literally every day this week. On Monday, today, tomorrow, another one's coming out. Thursday, another one's coming out. Also, this week we're going to be doing predictions for Backlash.
Another one.
And even though Draven told me not to talk about it, I do live streams.
Another
Hit
one.
me up. You know, if you don't have access to watching it, you can watch it with me. And I'm posting clips. Posting clips of the shows on my socials. And then after Backlash, we're gonna review Backlash. So much fucking wrestling content on my shit all the time coming out. So hit me up.
You can swing by. We'll be doing Backlash also.
Yep, we'll be doing Backlash live stream this Saturday night. Live in the studio. It'll be just like WrestleMania. You won't be able to see it on our screens, but we'll be able to watch it and just go along with it. And we're not doing this for every pay-per-view, obviously. It's Randy and John.
And because it's Randy and John.
Randy and John. Now, I will say, if next month we get Punk and John, then yeah, that would be actually pretty cool if we got Cena and Punk at Money in the Bank. That would be fucking amazing. But anyway, did that. Make sure you do the YouTube Premium membership starting at just $1.99. Gives you all the perks, all the good shit. You want to talk to us personally, $4.99 gives you access to the end of the month Zoom call in May, as well as a special email that only our premium members can get. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty fair. All that good shit. That. Do not. I can't believe I just did. The merch. Merch. It's fucking beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's fucking gorgeous.
Gorgeous merch.
It's beautiful. Don't forget, we have the HSP merchandise. We have TFK. We have Driven Grimes, Dark Cordz, Rip Ruiz. And I quote, because Edgar is still here, # fuck Logan Paul t-shirts, as well as the Paul Watcher shirts, hoodie shirts, shorts, dildos, vibrators, everything at the Stream Live merch site.
All that.
Minus the dildos. Still a work in progress.
Still a work in progress.
It was cold.
All right. Enough of this nonsense.
All right.
For Draven Grimes and Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Cool. Where the bad boys play never follow.